Good morning, everyone. So today we gather for Dharma service to practice many forms of meditation, so we may be fully present in this moment, to wake to our true nature, which is whole, complete, utterly impartial, and selfless. So you may notice that we have a full house today. So we have our local community, and we are also practicing noble silence in retreat, and 42 people have joined us. So at our opening circle, Reverend Ginger, for this retreat, Reverend Ginger said that coming together in silence to practice can bring exceptionally powerful and transformative energy. So this morning, when we move, let's just move with this nobility, this noble silence. And when we sit or when we chant, just sit or chant in this nobility. And when we listen to a Dharma talk by Reverend Jieun today, just listen, listening practice. So we can be in this present transformative moment as one. So we're going to begin today with our movement. So I'm going to ask everyone to welcome Karen and rise for yoga practice. And please stand in front of your mat.
Good morning, everyone. Let's just begin by taking in a little of the sun energy. Hands together in front of your heart, please. Soft knees, and please be mindful when you're wearing socks because the floor can be a little slippery. Drop down a little bit, and we're going to inhale and reach all the way up. And imagine gathering up all the sun's energy and then bringing it down into your heart center. And one more time, dropping down, reaching up on the inhale, and on the exhale, drawing it down into your heart. And last time, dropping down, inhale, reach up, and exhale, draw the energy down. Beautiful. So let's bring our feet together, and we're going to get soft in the knees again. And we'll inhale, and on the exhale, we'll bend deeply into the knees, look down at the floor, and we'll turn towards the windows and see if we can bring that right elbow to the left knee. And just breathe here. Notice how much your legs need to work. Continue to breathe, press into the knee with your elbow. And then come back to center, push into the floor, reach all the way up. Separate the feet a little bit, interlace your fingers, press up towards the sky, and press the hips slightly forward. A little bit of a back bend here. On your exhale, release the arms, soften the knees, bring your hands behind you, interlace your fingers, or if you prefer, you can just reach for your wrists or elbows, whatever feels good for you. We'll step the right. Inhale, reach your arms behind you, draw the shoulders back. Look up where the wall meets the ceiling. Really plug into the big toe of that right foot. And then on your exhale, we're going to fold forward. Bring the weight evenly into both legs, but draw that right hip slightly back as you raise your arms up behind you. Try to let the neck and head be soft, relaxed. Take another big inhale here. On the exhale, we're going to push into the floor and bring yourself back up again. Release the hands. Step the foot back. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, overhead again. This time we're going to grab hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Step the feet a little bit wider. And we'll side bend towards the windows, opening up the right side of the body. Breathe between the ribs, opening up the intercostal muscles. Inhale, come back up again. Step the feet back, release the hands. Now step the opposite foot forward. Again, interlace your hands behind you or just reach for your elbows. Really plug into the big toe of the front foot. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, hinge forward. Softening at the neck. Maybe raise the arms up behind you if you can. The legs and the shoulders in the back. And inhale, push into the floor, come back up again. Step that foot back, release your hands. Sweep the arms up overhead, grab hold of the opposite wrist, separate the feet a little bit, and then side bend towards the right side of the room. Opening up, maybe pulling a little bit against that or pulling the arm a little bit. And then inhale back up again. And release. Ooh. Bring your hands together in front of your heart center. Separate the feet nice and wide. Be careful. We're stepping. We're going to bend into that left knee. And we'll bring the interlaced fingers to the top of that knee and really stretch out that right leg. Noticing that stretch on the inside of that thigh. If you'd like, you can add a little twist here if it's available to you. You can bring that right hand to the floor and twist open towards the windows. or stay where you are. If you were twisting, come back to the knee and step back up again. Bring your hands to your hips, and circle the other way. To the other side, we'll bend into that right knee. Interlace your fingers, extend that left leg out to the side, looking down at the floor. And for those of you who wish to add that little twist here, left hand comes to the floor, right hand comes up towards the sky. Breathe. And coming out of the twist, interlace the fingers on the knee and come back up. Turn the heels in, the toes out, coming into your cactus arms. So imagine you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. You're really squeezing that space there. And let your hands be really active, like there's electricity coming out of them, which there kind of is. So bend into your knees, drop the knees, see if you can see your big toes. So you want to direct your knees towards your little toes and drop the tailbone down towards the floor. Breathe in, come up a little bit. Breathe out, come down. Maybe you can go down a little lower, maybe not. Inhale, push into the floor and come up a little bit. Last one, come down. Squeeze the glutes. And in. Relax the arms, relax the legs. Step the feet back together. Or just is fine. Almost. Hands together in front of the heart center. Inhale, drop into your knees, reach all the way up. We're going to swan over the legs here. Exhale, soft knees, fold over the legs. Here for a breath. You can interlace your hands if you'd like behind you, or you can hold onto your elbows in front. Just allow the neck and the head to be soft. And breathe here. Rather than try to push your knees back, see if you can just lift your tailbone up slightly. Nice and loosey-goosey. And then preparing to come up nice and slowly, we're going to engage our abdominal muscles and walk the fingertips up the legs. Hands in front of the heart center. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Oh.
So we face the golden circle. This is called Ilwan Song, which means one circle image, and represents the perfect nature of Buddha's heart and mind that is not different from our own original nature. And we bring our palms together in reverence to the contents of Ilwan Song, the four graces, which is the truth of our interdependence and oneness. So with our palms before our heart, we bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the air we breathe and the earth we walk on, and the infinite gifts of nature and the universe. We bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, grateful for this human life and body, grateful for our teachers and all those who have had a nurturing role in our lives. We bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. And we bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, which guide us, protect us, and promote justice. Now, please take a moment to say good morning to your fellow Buddhas, your neighbor Buddha standing beside you. And I invite you to, when you're ready, to find your seat. Now, Patty will guide us with the method of sitting meditation.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in. Grab all your tension and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms. Then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Danjun. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose into the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjun breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation, in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
Now we will continue our meditation practice by opening our booklets to page 4 and 5 as John leads us in chanting the Ilwansong vow and the Heart Sutra.
Ilwansong vow. Ilwan is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings and laws, the true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people and sentient beings. Ilwan manifests as both permanence and impermanence. Viewed as permanence, Ilwan unfolds into an infinite world that's ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanence. Ilwan unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, extinction of the universe, and the birth, aging, illness, and death of all beings. According to how we use our minds and bodies in the 4 forms of birth, we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing, regressing, with grace arising from harm, harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice heartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwansong, the Dharmakaya Buddha, bathing our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan, become one with the nature of Ilwan. Heart Sutra. The Bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaparamita, realized that all 5 aggregates are empty, and thus became free from all suffering and distress. Shariputra form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. Same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, and consciousness. Shariputra, all dharmas are empty. They do not appear or disappear. Tainted or pure do not increase or decrease in emptiness. No form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses, consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no object of mind, realm of eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, or mind, consciousness, ignorance nor extinction of ignorance, no old age and death nor extinction of them, suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering, path, no wisdom, no attainment, with nothing to attain. Bodhisattva relies on prajnaparamita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Free from delusion, one dwells in nirvana. Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on prajnaparamita and attain supreme enlightenment. For know that prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, is the unsurpassed and unequal mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaim the prajnaparamita mantra, which says gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha.
Take a moment to take a deep breath and raise your arms, stretch, reach for the ceiling. And breathe out. Let's roll our neck in one direction. And in the other direction. And twist from side to side, stretch your back. And you may stretch out your legs and get comfortable. And we are now going to have a Dharma talk by Reverend Jieun. And the title of her talk is Letting Go of Someday, Discovering Happiness in This Moment. So please bring your palms together to welcome Reverend Jieun. Thank you, Reverend Jieun, for your beautiful, wise talk. So our amygdala is so sweet, right? But we have to find the off button. Isn't that what you said? So how do we find the off button? Does anybody remember? We have to use our minds well. How? Dawn? Yeah. Yeah, meditate. We'll use our minds well when necessary and let go when unnecessary. Reverend Jieun reminded us, but yes, meditation. So now we will continue our practice by reciting the essential dharmas of daily practice. So please open your booklets to page 6 and Pete will guide us.
Essential dharmas for daily practice. 1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. 2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to teach the willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn
public spirit into eagerness to serve
the good of all.
So I have a few announcements to share. We have a retreat coming up. This is a Memorial Day weekend retreat in May, and I believe it's the 23rd through the 26th. So that's on our website if you want to check that out. We also have a Kyohadan meeting on the 26th, just a reminder, which is next Sunday, and that is for our Dharma name holders. And if you don't know what that is, and you want to know about Dharma names or what Kyohadan is, please come and see one of us if you're local. And then you may not know this, and we mention it every once in a while, but Won Buddhism has a World Disaster Relief Fund. So this is for the LA fires that are raging. But World Disaster Relief means that any disaster in the world, that there is people and funds and people when possible, and funds and to go and help the relief efforts for anything. So right now all of the donations that are made today and next week will go to the relief for the LA fires. We also would love to dedicate the merit today to some dear Dharma friends, and Stephen Tompkins is one of them, who's here with us today, and his partner Carol is just recovering from an operation. So our hearts are with her and him as well. And then we have another Dharma friend named Henry and his brother Jamie Malfa. So they are in Colombia, and he is critically ill and in a coma. So we like to keep our hearts and thoughts with him and his family today. So to end today's session, I want to mention tomorrow, that everyone must know what tomorrow is. So tomorrow we honor the great Bodhisattva hero, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who was a Baptist minister, an activist, and leader of the civil rights movement. So he taught us to love unconditionally, to promote justice without violence, and to be aware of the discrimination that exists within our hearts and our minds. So this discrimination that's based on the color of someone's skin, or age, or gender, or religion, any discrimination, big or small, is simply a rejection of the wholeness of our true nature. And we immediately cut ourselves off from who we are. So this idea, this delusive state of self and other, keeps us separate from our true home. And as a result, we suffer. So let me share with you a quote to leave us today from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And he said, "Love is the greatest force in the universe. It is the heartbeat of the moral cosmos. He who loves is a participant in the being of God." So I hope we all find our off buttons and enjoy our week. Thank you very much for your practice. We will see you next Sunday. And also thank you to all the local community for being so gracious and willing to join Noble Silence today. We really appreciate your kindness. Thank you. Have a lovely week.